Ladies and gentlemen, children of the interwebs out there, Sebastian Envy, strong style cinephile. So there are some casting rumors when it comes to the Fantastic Four upcoming reboot under the MCU umbrella. Let's geek about that for a scant few minutes, because apparently top of the list, at least according to the most recent rumors, is Margot Robbie, who of course most recently was Harley Quinn for the failed and terrible, Snyderverse DCEU. I don't think she was a very good Harley Quinn. She was not my ideal Harley Quinn. I know lots of people liked her, but did people like her? Or did they just like Harley Quinn? I don't know. Could be argued, I suppose. We're going to get Lady Gaga as another version of Harley Quinn in the Joker sequel, which I don't understand why that's getting a sequel, but that's neither here nor there. The role of Susan Storm in the Fantastic Four, or perhaps was offered a different role, but now people are kicking up dust around the name of Margot Robbie and Jodie Comer and Allison Williams are actresses rumored to be frontrunners for Susan Storm. Now, haven't mentioned it as much as I mentioned some other things, but Fantastic Four is my favorite comic book. It is the one comic book, it's the first comic book that I actually remember collecting. Now, I know I got other comic books from 7-Eleven around the corner from a house when I was a kid, back when they still sold comic books in a little magazine, stuff. You'd see magazines and you see comic books right there. Good times, good times. And I know I bought other stuff, or my mother bought me other stuff before then, but the first one that I remember collecting is the Fantastic Four. The Thing is my favorite Marvel Comics superhero. I have a shelf of just like The Thing amongst my action figure collection. It's probably going to end up being like a full-on detox of just The Thing before all is said and done. I'm going to get a tattoo. The artist who did this very amazing TARDIS right here is doing lots of work for me. One of the things he's going to be doing for me is a Thing tattoo. So it's pretty safe to say I like the Fantastic Four. I still have the VHS copy of the Roger Corman bootleg Fantastic Four. That is how much I love the Fantastic Four. I watched the Tim Story Fantastic Four. I thought the first one was decent. The second one was terrible. Galactus being a cloud of dust. I mean, who greenlit that? I've not seen Fant Four Stick. I've seen parts of it, but I just refuse to watch that entire thing. So I've been just chomping at the bit and just waiting like everybody else, just waiting patiently for the rights to revert back to Marvel and the MCU can take a stab at the Fantastic Four. We know this is coming, just like we know the X-Men are coming. It's just a matter of when and just kind of how they're going to carry it out. Now, some people have kind of speculated, maybe some rumors have percolated about it being a period piece, and maybe the Fantastic Four is actually going to be set in the 60s, and maybe there's some time jump shenanigans that brings them from the 60s to now, or a myriad of other sort of things. It's just, I'm waiting for the Fantastic Four. I think they will be done correctly. I still think there's a missed opportunity to bring the Fantastic Four into the MCU born out of the Avengers and Sokovia, because Sokovia was annihilated in the Age of Ultron, and I thought that was the perfect way you can insert Doctor Doom, because Doctor Doom, rules over Latveria. All the people in Latveria, majority of them, love him, feel grateful to him, bow down to him, worship him, and you could couch it under Von Doom comes to Sokovia, uses his magic, uses his know-how, resources to rebuild it. He renames it Latveria, installs himself in as the ruler, and he instantly has a global presence. He's got a nation that he's created. He's got people behind him that worship him, that are grateful to him. That would be the perfect way to insert Doctor Doom into the MCU. It would have been fantastic. Obviously, they're not going that route. How he comes into the picture remains to be seen. But again, like I said, Margot Robbie might be Susan Storm, and I saw some pushback on the casting idea on Margot Robbie in the film, as just, I'm not saying she's bad for it, it's just when these people get hot, like certain actors get hot, it's like they're being thrown into everything, and it's like there are tons and tons of other actors out there. We don't need to just have 6 women and 6 men in rotation that get all the roles for the new stuff because they popped in this movie here, or at Sundance in this movie here, You know, it just, and I can see that logic. I mean, I don't see Margot Robbie being my Susan Storm. That's just me. There's rumors that Adam Driver could be in the running for Mr. Fantastic. Adam Driver is not my Mr. Fantastic. He just, I mean, I know the rumor mill was like Krasinski, and then we saw him as a variant of Reed Richards in Multiverse of Madness, where he got turned into spaghetti. And after seeing him on screen, I'm like, I don't really think Krasinski is my Mr. Fantastic. Who they're gonna get, I don't know. Apparently, Elvis breakout star Austin Butler is eyeing the role of the Human Torch. I haven't seen Elvis, so I don't know how good he is, or if this is another case of one of those things where he popped in Elvis, so now every other big thing he's going to be considered for. Remains to be seen. Now, WandaVision's Matt Shankman is directing the MCU reboot from a screenplay being rewritten by Josh Friedman. The new script is based on a draft from Josh Kaplan and Ian Springer. Spider-Man No Way Home director John Watts was slated to direct but dropped out to take a break from superhero movies, and production on the film is expected to begin early 2024. And I respect John Watts for taking a break from superhero movies. I would rather have just a fresh director, a fresh take, a fresh point of view on every single franchise. Not necessarily every single movie. You can have the same person direct like a trilogy, like a la James Gunn or Peyton Reed, that sort of thing. You can have somebody just direct all the movies in a series. But when it comes to just establishing like a new franchise, I definitely think you should just start off fresh with somebody new to it. So, like John Watts, but I'm cool with him saying, deuces, I don't want to do this. I need to take a break from this sort of genre filmmaking, and I'm out. Fine with that. The names that are attached to it, I mean, they're not like high on my list of people that I want involved in it, but part of me wants to trust, and I've said in videos past that Marvel has built up this cachet where we trust what they're throwing out at us. Has that foundation, how's that trust been shaken a little bit recently? When you look at your Ant-Man Quantumania, maybe a little bit, but they really haven't put out that many duds. I mean, I guess Quantumania, Eternals, Thor: Love and Thunder. Whew. The way that the Hawkeye series ended. I mean, yeah, they haven't stuck the landing on everything, but we still have like 20 some odd, a few dozen some odd films that are great and that hold up and that stand up against scrutiny, and we do have some, The Dark World or Iron Man 2s or Iron Man 3s. We do have some issues. We do have some crap that they've put out there. But I like to think that whatever they do with the Fantastic Four, whomever they cast, it's going to be good. Like, it has to be good. It has to be better than Fan Four Stick. The Tim Story, Michael Chiklis as the Thing, Chris Evans as the Human Torch, like their dynamic, their vibe was picture perfect, spot on casting. Jessica Alba as Sue, no. Ian Grufford as Mr. Fantastic, as Reed, that worked for me. Susan's like, but Alba as like Sue, no, God, no. And again, like I said, making Galactus into a freaking cloud, what are we doing? So I trust the MCU to get Doctor Doom correct. I trust them to get Galactus correct. I could be foolishly having this much confidence or trust in them. I could get burned, remains to be seen, but it's the Fantastic Four. It's the first family of Marvel Comics. Like, they deserve to be in a really good, well-made movies. With Margot Robbie as Susan Storm, no, that's not on the path to a really good, well-made movie. But it's rumors, it's scuttlebutt, people are kicking around, insiders are saying they heard it from this source or that source, people kicking around on message boards and theories and this and that. So remains to be seen until we see official casting notices, how things are going to go. So we'll all find out eventually, because it's coming down the pike. We'll find out eventually. But we're impatient. We want to speculate, and we want to theorize, and we want to guess and call our shot and be right, so we can brag online that, hey, I called it. But it remains to be seen how it all ultimately turns out in the end. At this point, though, with the current rumors, I just ain't feeling it. But that's just me. Those are my thoughts on it. Scattered as they often are. What do you guys out there think? Let me know in the comments below. Follow me on social media. Talk to me there. Talk to me here. Until next time, let us geek.